is a quick view of the to-do list I have. It's just a running list that I keep for things that I want to do around the house. So whenever I think of something, I just add it to my house to-do list. And as I complete it, I just swipe to mark it off. So today, my goal is to spend 1 hour on doing these chores. I didn't really want to do the chores, but I had already been sitting around the house not doing anything, thinking about the things I needed to do. So I looked at the clock and it was around 7:30, maybe 7 o'clock, and I decided I was just going to spend an hour, get all of these little things done that I've been meaning to do, and I'm going to set a timer. When the timer's done, I'm done. You just watched me make my bed, and even though it's already nighttime, I like to try and make my bed every day. So even though it's 7 o'clock at night and I'm probably going to be in the bed in another 2 hours anyway, I'm still going to make it because I'd like to be able to say I make my bed every day. The second task I'm working on is the batteries in my Ring path lights. I get notifications that the batteries in my path light number 6 is low, and I had ordered the batteries, but I just hadn't replaced them yet. Now that 5 out of 6 of them are completely dead, it's finally time to get them switched out. I have a lot of the Ring devices around my house, but these path lights were the very first Ring devices I ever had. I have only replaced the batteries, I think, one other time, and I used Duracell batteries, and they lasted about a year and a half. These are Amazon batteries, and they lasted about 6 months. Let's just pause a second here and see what I'm about to do. I don't know why I got this super sharp steak knife to pry these batteries out, but it was stupid. I cut my finger so badly, I had to go get a Band-Aid, and throughout this video, I changed the Band-Aid multiple times because you could see the blood through the Band-Aid. My finger was bleeding so badly. Now that I've switched to using a butter knife to pry these batteries out, you can see here, this was battery juice, water, dirt. Apparently the little button that clicks and holds the bottom into the top didn't click into place, or I think I figure out later that the little button's not buttoning anymore. It's not like pushing, so it doesn't click down in there, and water had got in it, but the old batteries were corroded because the thing was filled with water. So I'm replacing the batteries with more of these crappy Amazon batteries. Do not recommend buying them. Get Duracell. As I'm replacing them, I realized that was when I saw that that button was broken, so I ended up just putting some electrical tape on the outside of it to keep water from getting in there again. I'ma get closer to you, yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Okay, now I ran out of the crappy Amazon batteries and I'm moving on to crappy Dollar Tree batteries. I've got 1 Duracell and 3 Dollar Tree batteries. How long do you think this path light's going to stay lit up? I'll answer that question for you. 3 weeks, because that's how long ago I recorded this video, and I can tell you today, which is Saturday, April 13th, it is no longer working. If you're thinking about getting any kind of motion sensor path lights, even if you don't have any of the other Ring systems, you can buy these with the Ring Bridge, and they're fantastic. They're super sturdy. The guys that do my lawn service don't even remove them when they do my lawn. They just weed eat right around them. The actual poles are made of metal, so the weed eater doesn't affect them at all. And there's huge stakes that go into the ground that you twist them onto so that they stay stable and really sturdy. Not like the little tiny stakes for some of the other solar powered lights that you find at places like Dollar Tree or even Home Depot. I always turn my Roomba off at Christmas time because I don't want it bumping into the tree or the presents, or just in general, I've got wrapping paper stuff all over the floor, and I just don't want it to bump into all of that, so I turn it off. Like I just mentioned, I recorded this video 3 weeks ago, so it was the end of March, beginning of April, and I still hadn't reprogrammed it to start vacuuming again. 33 minutes so far. Remember I said I recorded this video 3 weeks ago? Those batteries that you see me packing up and taking out to the garage, they're still sitting on my garage floor because I didn't want to just throw them in the trash, and I'm not really sure how to recycle batteries. Is there some place that you take them? Do you just throw them in the trash? I don't know. They're still on the floor in my garage. I just asked Alexa and she said if they're alkaline batteries I can throw them in the trash. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Moving right along, we are getting things done on this list today. I have had this on my to-do list to cut up these dentist sticks for my dogs. I use them sort of like training treats, I guess, sort of. Not really training, but when the dogs are outside and I call them inside, I just stand at the door and I say, "Dogs, inside." So when they come inside, the first time I say it, they get a treat. And I usually will call them inside in the morning, I'll call them inside in the evening, so they get 2 of them, which is 1 entire dentist stick, which is what they're supposed to get every day. So I just cut it in half and I give it to them half in the morning and half in the evening. And now I have to reward them for waiting so patiently while I cut up all of their treats. Dog treats are done. Let's see how much time we have left. 20 minutes. I did have clean the kitchen counter on my to-do list, but what I really intended to do was just put away all of the stuff that lays around on my kitchen counter all day long. But since I spilled the battery juice and battery acid, I mean probably not battery acid, but it was pretty gross. And I had all of those dirty lights on my kitchen counter. As you can see here, it was pretty gross. So I have to clean it not once, but twice, just to make sure it's clean. Sometimes when I record these videos, I leave the sound, like the ASMR sound in the background. I leave that on so that you can kind of hear it, but when the video is sped up, I don't typically do that because I don't necessarily myself like the sped up ASMR sounds. But what I noticed in my last video that I did that in was my dishwasher was making a really loud creaking, squeaking sound. So I went and got the silicone spray that I use to like keep my treadmill nice and lubed up, and I sprayed that all in my dishwasher. I guess it's like WD-40, but it's silicone. I don't know what the difference is. I had that and not WD-40. But anyway, I sprayed that all in my dishwasher on the hinges and stuff where the door opens and closes, and now it's almost silent. Not quite, but still almost silent. Over the Christmas holiday, I borrowed a miter saw from one of my friends, and that's what I use to build the gate that's in my hallway. And every time I open this cabinet, I always think to myself, I have this really fantastic saw that I've borrowed like 4 months ago. I should make drawers for these cabinets. There's already like this little chintzy slide out thing from, I don't know, whoever owned the house before me. It's not really a drawer, it's like a slide out bottom, and it's not super sturdy, and all of my stuff falls behind there, which is what I was just doing, is picking up all of the things that fell behind there. So what I'd like to do is make some really nice drawers that have like sides and backs that are more smooth when they open and close, so I don't spill everything out of it. I still have a lot to do on my list and it's not getting done today, but I've got 4 minutes left. So I'm going to run to my room and I'm going to grab the laundry that's in there and I'm going to wash the shirt I had on, because after carrying in all of those lights from outside and spilling all that battery yucky stuff, I stained my shirt. And even after washing it twice, that stain, whatever that was, did not come out. So I'm super sad about that. Thanks for hanging out with me while I get stuff done around the house today. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button and I will see you next week.